If you're into ham radio or communications in general, we are at the coolest place that you can come visit. It's in Huntsville, Alabama. If you are ever nearby or you're coming to Hamfest, you've got to check this out.
Signals Museum of Information Explosion.
Today we're going to go in and give you a sneak peek of all the things that they have to offer. But as a special treat, we're going to get to interview Dr. Mark Bendixson, the guy who started this whole thing.
There's over 2,000 pieces of equipment in here, mostly from his collection, and 80% of it actually works.
Let's go check it out.
As soon as you step inside, you can tell this place has a lot more going on than from the outside. Look at all these amazing radios, and we haven't even gotten started. If you're into ham radio, you get to go on a journey through time of almost 200 years with the beginnings of communication through telegraphs, Morse code, receivers, all kinds of generations of tube radios, military gear, and super nice working ham shack, and even an example of a radio station. Many parts of the exhibit are even guided by augmented reality characters that were key figures during the information explosion that you actually get to interact with.
Before we get too in the weeds about the particular details, we're here with Dr. Mark Bendixson, who is the creator of the museum and behind all of this. Dr. Mark Bendixson.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about the scope of how much stuff you've got here and how much history is covered?
Well, we try to cover about 200 years. We start about before there was rapid communication, and then we take off with Morse when he did the first telegraph. Then we try to cover in sort of sequential history all the things that evolved, the radio and the telephones and all that, all the way up to our cell phones and what's going on next.
Wow. We all know people that collect different things, but this is quite a collection. Take us back to how did this get started? What was the spark that started all of it?
Actually, probably the spark is right here. This radio right here, there was a night kit, and when I was 12 or 13 years old, I got confirmed in the Lutheran church, and I had $65 in my pocket, and I thought, I could buy a radio. And so I went out and bought this kit and put it together, and I thought, that's kind of fun. And it started me in the process, and of course, putting it together and playing with it. And then I took other radios apart. We had one radio that fell down and broke, so I started working on putting that back together, and it was fun. And then I went to college in electrical engineering, so I started learning a little bit more about engineering, but I didn't really get back into radios until late 70s or something like that, where I still had enough time to start doing something. And then my wife and I started collecting. She got into the hobby as well as myself, and we'd go around and pick up things at flea markets or stuff like that. She liked the little novelty radios and that, and she also liked refinishing them. She liked the wood radios and refinishing them. So we did this together for 50 years.
So were most of the things that you collected already in working order, or did you enjoy putting them together?
No, I was basically kind of cheap, and I had a low budget back then, so I would buy something that was needing a lot of help, and I could pay $15 for it or something like that, then bring it home. I like restoring them, bringing them from a basket case condition back to working. That's the joy of it, I think.
Do you have a favorite piece that you collected?
I've got lots of favorites.
Favorite style or era?
I like the 20s because that's when radio really evolved from the very beginning, like when KDKA came on the air in 1920, and then radio just exploded at that point. And by 1931, there was 1,100 companies in this country selling radios.
Oh my gosh, look at this. For Morse code nerds, this is definitely the place to be. Look at all these keys.
As she's doing her call sign, it's actually doing a telegraph right here. So it's making the contact here, and then it's sending it to over here. And this would have been the other side.
Ready, set, go.
If straight key Becky can't do this.
Oh, I missed a lot of letters.
Oh no, straight key Becky.
Hey, I got a lot. Look, I had to get my timing right. See, look, I did really good there.
Yep, $2.59. It just started ringing.
Hello? I think I might have actually called someone. So your wife's name is Cheryl, and we hear that this is kind of her specialty part of the museum.
Yeah, she loved these novelty radios. You can see the little Arvin radios here with Hopalong Cassidy, the Snow Whites, horses. She loved all these kinds of novelty radios, and really that was her specialty. She liked radios that didn't look like radios. Maybe it looked like a telephone on the wall, but it was a radio. Okay. Or a Coke can, it was a radio. So she enjoyed that. That was her big part of the collection, I think.
Yeah, I think it's really neat you guys got into it together. That's a special way. Kind of like the duo. We do a lot together as well. So
in fact, we went to an auction one time, and the auctioneer said, "Mark, make sure Cheryl comes along because she keeps her hand up longer than you do."
This is from World War I. It's kind of an awesome pota setup. You've got a Morse code key and a speaker over here for voice.
That'd be so cool to get to use it for real on a pota. And if you have a tube radio and you need to get it fixed, just step up to the counter.
Part about this is you walk around and you're like, oh, I had one of those. I had one of those. It kind of dates you a little bit, but it's fun.
Did you used to have one of those?
No. All this equipment behind us, like you said, there's lots of dials. How would you operate something like this?
Well, these are tuned radio frequency, TRF radios. With tuned radio frequency, you've got to tune 3 knobs. The signal comes in, you tune the RF frequency, it gets amplified, you tune it again, it gets amplified. You tune it a 3rd time to get amplified. So if you're looking for a station, searching, you've got to turn 3 knobs to find that station.
Wow.
Then finally it gets detected and you have an audio output. But I think that's what made these radios hard to operate. It wasn't until we got into super heterodyne where you have 1 knob to tune a station.
Right. And we just look at a waterfall to see where the things would come in and tune right to it.
That's right, yeah.
That's really easy.
Yes, very easy.
Are you winning?
I'm winning for sure. Here's the ham shack. Back there you showed me a lot of radios that were really complex back in the 20s. So this one's a little bit more fancy. Tell me about this one.
Well, absolutely. It's a lot more fancy. It was an expensive radio and made by Scott, E.H. Scott Company. And it had AM and shortwave bands. It had FM, the early FM band, which was 39 to 50 megacycles. And it had all kinds of features. The cabinet itself, you special order the cabinet. This is a Louis XV cabinet design, all with burl walnut and those kinds of woods. But then from the electronics viewpoint, it's a neat radio.
Look at that.
So they had shields over all the tubes, 32 tubes, a very regulated power supply with filtering so you didn't get hum into the radio. It had muted tuning, so when you tune between stations, you didn't get all the static and interference. It just had a lot of features that weren't available on the earlier radios.
We'd like to say a special thank you to Dr. Mark Bendixson for taking some time out of his schedule to share his stories and passion for collecting radios with us. If you're ever in the area, this is definitely a place to stop by in person. It really is an amazing experience of communication through time. Also, be sure to check out the Signal's website linked below on the news and events page for upcoming discounts and exclusive hours for Hamfest attendees.
So if you're coming to Hamfest or you're just in the area, you got to check this out.
Definitely cool place. Hold on, I got a phone call.
Oh, I'll let you take the call by yourself.
Thanks.